What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Gonna try not to turn this into a rant, but I'm probably gonna fail. Want to thank my sponsor, those Steel Supplements. So many of you taking advantage of the offer. All you have to do, go over to their site. You'll get yourself a t-shirt, a shaker cup, handful of samples. Just pay $10, well, less than $10, and cover the cost of shipping. They'll get it right out to you. So many of you taking advantage of that t-shirt because hopefully warmer weather is coming where you are. I'm pretty sure it's coming where I am. And also, you guys know I'm a Weeble preferred influencer. Best promotion they have right now. Actually had somebody email me, tell me they got some shares of Apple, which you guys know I will hold on to Apple stock forever. All you have to do, click the link, open an account. They'll give you free stock if you deposit just $1. They're going to give you more free stock. Let me just set the scene for this year, right? EA Sports came out, promised the most polished version of Madden ever, right? This came on year after year after year of failure with this game, and obviously losing John Madden, I think we all thought would, if nothing, reinvigorate, maybe refocus the dev team in terms of making a game that is worthy of his name and his legacy, and the game came out to anything but that. In fact, you could make an argument that this was the worst Madden release we've seen by the simple nature of this is the only Madden release where EA Sports needed to come out and offer a make-right to gamers, not just with Madden Ultimate Team, which we're going to talk about in a moment, but in general, because franchise mode had an absolute catastrophic failure where gamers lost not only their seasons, their franchise, their progress, but to make this up, we're offered 50% off Madden 24. These are things that really had never happened before. These are new things for the franchise community, but as far as wanting franchise to get better, that's not something that's new. We've asked EA Sports, even back to a few years ago, where there was a fix Madden franchise tag trending multiple times on Twitter to improve their game, and EA Sports solemnly came out with a mouthful of dip and stood in their living room, Sean Grady, and told us that they would do it. And they didn't. And where we are today is directly indicative to where we were in the past. So what is EA doing now, right? Just a few months away from Madden 24. Obviously, a little bit of Madden news leaking out. People concerned about perhaps the jobs of the developers based on this reception of the game. And seemingly somehow expecting to retool a game completely that they haven't been able to do in the past in a single dev cycle and weren't able to do when they actually had to do it to honor the name of John Madden. Well, they are doing the most EA thing they've ever done, which is put John Madden in Madden Ultimate Team. Now, to me, this is a massive slap in the face to John Madden, football fans, his legacy, football, you name it. There's no one that's not impacted by this. Now, the reason I say that is very simple, because John Madden was not a proponent of Madden Ultimate Team from what we know. John Madden was a proponent of X's and O's football, franchise mode, and 11-on-11 football. As a matter of fact, one of the key contributors to John Madden signing on to work with EA Sports and put his name on this title was that they had 11-on-11 football. And I'm pretty sure John Madden would not understand the concept of Madden Ultimate Team where players pay for packs to get special players that are overpowered and then go out and use them in online competition. Because all this boils down to is John Madden's face being put on a generic player model with generic clothing and a helmet to say it's John Madden. When you look at the way EA Sports improves its players, it is not done the way John Madden was a player. John Madden was not a good football player. John Madden was actually injured. It cut his career a little bit short, and that actually inspired him to get into coaching where he could use his average athleticism but better understanding of football to help teach and cultivate an experience for players where they would learn the game of football better and ultimately become football champions, not just in the NFL, but even outside of that. That is what John Madden stood for. That is the John Madden legacy. It is not get the biggest, strongest, fastest players we can and then see how they work on a football field. It was to build someone up to get the best player on the field in the best position to make a play and educate your players soundly to X's and O's. EA Sports is incapable of doing this, but also fundamentally incapable in Ultimate Team. So they make John Madden the best way they know how. He's the strongest, he's the fastest, he's the most aware. This is not indicative of John Madden as a left tackle. It's just not. And anyone that actually understands and respects the game of football knows this. This is what Madden has came down to. If you want to make it look like you've done something in your game, throw a 45-second hype trailer together on Twitter and show an improvement that you've put John Madden in the game. And the casual gamer, the person not familiar with Madden, they'll look at that and say, wow, they honored the legacy of Coach Madden by putting him in the game as a player, and look at how great a player John Madden was. But a real football fan knows this is nothing indicative of John Madden. This is nothing to speak to the way he played the game of football, and this game has been an embarrassment for teaching football for just about 10 years. And the last thing John Madden would want was his legacy tarnished by pretending he was a superior athlete when he wasn't. He actually made it a point to show players that he wasn't the best athlete, so that he could help communicate to an average player that they could in fact be a great player, be an elite player, with just the skill set they had and a better understanding of football. That's actually what makes great coaches transitioning, right? Not every great player is going to be a great coach, right? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, sure, they're great players. Barry Sanders, great player, but they have a skill set that does not transfer over to every person. Tom Brady, Barry Sanders may hold someone they're coaching to a standard in which they cannot meet because they are the standard. Barry Sanders' movement would be the standard for what he expects a player to be able to do. But a football fan knows that Barry Sanders did things on a football field that not every player can, not every human being can, and that is what made him special. What makes great coaches for the most part is their ability to teach the game to someone from their own experience and their own faults, and that is a legacy of many coaches. Tony Dungy, Herm Edwards, go down the list. John Madden is simply one of them, but the fact of the matter is this experience is completely void in EA Sports. You cannot have a player be injured, turn into an assistant coach, and then graduate to a head coach and make a team better based on those experiences, yet that is the core of football. That is what made John Madden who he is. And when EA Sports has to sit out to honor that legacy, they have failed holistically with their game. And instead of sitting there and trying to make their game better, they do the laziest, cheapest way to put him in the game, which is to simply throw him in a Madden Ultimate Team Pack unceremoniously, claim he is the best physical player on the field so you can dominate, and then call it a day, put together a 45-second sizzle trailer, and say, look at what we did to honor the legacy of this man that put his name on this box for 20 years. And that is not the right way to go about this, and it shows me they don't have the correct ideology going forward to make this game better. They don't want to make this game better. They don't care about making this game better. All they care about is the perception that the product has improved, and that perception has not stood the test of time, because there are channels on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, every social media platform that exposes this game every day for how bad of a product it is. And it no longer needs to not only have John Madden's name, but he doesn't deserve to have his legacy tarnished with this type of stupidity that spits in the face of the type of player and coach he was. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching it. You know I will be back in the week with more commentary.